All right.
Todos de pie.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated.
Gracias a todos. Pueden tomar asiento, señor Tadeo.
Okay. Officers, you can sit down. Does the Spanish speaker have the headset on?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And let me check, Your Honor, to see if he can hear the interpreter, because the interpreter just tried asking, and I heard the interpreter heard no response. 1 second.
Okay, outstanding.
He can hear the interpreter now, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, good afternoon to all of you. My name is Commissioner Hughes. This is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for Tuesday, October 28th. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples issued on the first calendar of October will apply to all of the hearings on this calendar. As we get started calling people into the courtroom here this afternoon, I will call each of you into the courtroom one at a time. I'll ask one of you to work your way all the way into the courtroom and stand behind this gray podium here in front of me. Then I'll ask the next person or two people to line up in the one or two blue chairs right inside this door. So if you would please listen carefully for your name and move from the chair you're in now to one of the chairs inside the door, then from there into the courtroom. I promise you all that will make this calendar run much faster than if you just went from where you are now into the courtroom. Once you're in the courtroom, I will start by asking you to state your full name and date of birth. Then I will explain to you why you're here. You all have the right to the assistance of counsel in a criminal case. While you're in the courtroom, I will tell you whether the court is appointing a public defender to represent you. Whether or not you're entitled to a public defender, you always have the right to hire a private lawyer if you wish to have a private lawyer represent you. When you're in the courtroom, I will also give you your next court hearing dates and times. Those will be the court hearings you will be required to attend after this court hearing. The last thing that we will do while you're in here is talk about whether you are legally eligible to be released from custody today. If you are, we will go over on what terms and conditions you could comply with to get out of jail. Last thing, well, second to last thing I'll tell you, in addition to the right to the assistance of counsel, you all also have the right to remain silent. That means you cannot be forced to make any statements here in the courtroom today. Anything that you do choose to say, though, could be used against you at any point down the line in these proceedings. Unless you have already made arrangements with a private lawyer to represent you in here this afternoon, there will not be a lawyer in the courtroom to defend you here today. If you get a court-appointed lawyer, your lawyer will be present at your next hearing and will represent you from that hearing forward. I tell you that so you understand you won't have a lawyer in here, but anything you say could still be used against you. So think very carefully before you make any statements in here, especially any statements about the facts and circumstances of your arrest. Now, officially, the last thing I will tell you all before I start calling people into the courtroom is that all of the information you get while you're standing in the courtroom will be provided to you in a written document called a release order. So please don't feel like you need to memorize dates, time, information you get in the courtroom, but please keep that paperwork with you wherever you go from here this afternoon. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. If we could, can I please have Tadeo Guadalupe Fierro into the courtroom behind the gray podium, please? Is this Mr. Hill in the room? Okay, he will be next. So then can I have Hector Aguilar Castro to the chair right inside the door. Okay, good afternoon to you, sir. I think we've already confirmed with the interpreter you are able to hear her through your headset. Is that correct?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, can I please have your name and date of birth?
Guadalupe Vizcarra Fierro, 29 de noviembre del 99.
Tadeo Guadalupe Vizcarra Fierro, November 29, 99.
Thank you very much. You are here on a bench warrant issued by the Superior Court when you failed to appear at a hearing in an existing felony drug and unlawful flight case. You have a lawyer already assigned to represent you in that case. That lawyer will continue to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference November 3rd, and then you will have a preliminary hearing on November 6th. Both of them will be at 8:30 in the morning. They will both be in the Superior Court downtown. On that warrant, because you are present here today, at the discretion of the federal government, you are not eligible for release on bond. That means that the county will keep you in custody without bail, but will transport you to all of your state court hearings. It looks like pursuant to that order issued, when your state court case is resolved, you would then be remanded back into federal custody. So for purposes of this hearing today, you will stay in state custody and be transported to your hearings on the 3rd and the 6th. Do you understand that information?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Fierro. That information will also be in your paperwork. You can head back to your left, get that paperwork. If you would please just hand that headset to the officer as you walk by.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Fisher, before, he was the only one that I already have marked as requesting Spanish interpretation, but before you disconnect, can I ask you to do a general call through Teams of the gallery to make sure we don't miss anyone?
Yes, Your Honor. Would you also like the interpreter to ask them to raise their hands if they do need an interpreter?
Yes, please.
¿Hay alguien más que requiere los servicios de la intérprete? En caso que sí, por favor, levante la mano.
Okay, I am told no hands were raised. Thank you very much for joining us. You are free to disconnect.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, good afternoon. I will take you now, Mr. Hill. Let's start, if I could, with you, Mr. Hill. Please announce for me your name and date of birth.
Edward Hill, 2/22/1963, Judge.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hill. And appearance of counsel for the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
Good afternoon, Ms. Gahn. Thank you for joining us. And appearance of counsel for the defendant.
Leah Dodd on behalf of Mr. Edward Hill, who is standing at the podium beside me.
Good afternoon. Did you say Dodd?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Dodd. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Mr. Hill, you are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of disorderly conduct involving weapons, that is a Class 6 felony, 1 count of assault, 1 count of threatening and intimidating, and 1 count of disorderly conduct. Those last 3 allegations are all Class 1 misdemeanors. I have reviewed the factual allegations in this case provided to me in a written document by law enforcement called a Form 4. Based on that document, I am inclined to find probable cause to support those allegations. Before I officially make that finding, I will ask, let me start with you, Ms. Dodd. Is there any argument or reason I should not find probable cause?
Your Honor, at this time, we're not going to be arguing probable cause.
Okay, and I think the answer is no, but Ms. Gaunt, any statements, arguments regarding probable cause?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then I have found probable cause as a preliminary matter to support those allegations. Okay, so the notice of appearance I have is signed by a Khaleesi. Is that, I don't know if I'm saying that correct, but is that the same firm?
It is the same firm, yes.
Okay, and would you like me to leave that on, or would you like me to update it to you?
If you would update it to me, we kind of all work under the same firm umbrella, but...
Okay, let me update it to you. Are you 038588?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Hill, here's what just happened. I am adding to your record that Ms. Dodd was here present to represent you for purposes of this hearing. Her firm's notice of appearance is limited to this hearing only. The only reason I'm telling you that is I don't have any information regarding your financial situation. So here at this hearing, I cannot make a determination as to whether or not you would be entitled to a court-appointed lawyer after this hearing. The only thing that means for you is if you do not make an arrangement with either Ms. Dodd and her firm or some other private lawyer to represent you after this hearing, please know you will technically be unrepresented, at least after this hearing, for the time period between this hearing and at least your next hearing. So if you make an arrangement with Ms. Dodd or some other private lawyer to represent you for the entirety of this case, that won't affect, that will erase that. You'll have counsel throughout the entirety of the proceedings. But as of right now, you only have counsel for this hearing,
Okay.
and I don't have enough information to determine whether to give you a court-appointed lawyer going forward.
Okay, thank you.
So just know, after this hearing, either make an arrangement with a private lawyer or be prepared at your next hearing to provide financial information to that judge if you want to be reviewed for a court-appointed lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, next court hearings in this matter will be a status conference November 3rd and then a preliminary hearing November 6th. They will both be at 8:30, both in the Superior Court downtown. Before I consider or impose release conditions, I will ask for argument and recommendation from both sides. I will start with the state. Ms. Gaunt, argument recommendation regarding release.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's asking for a $10,000 secured appearance bond along with electronic monitoring. Our review indicates that it doesn't appear that Mr. Hill has any prior criminal history. However, we believe that that bond is appropriate given the domestic violence nature of the offense. He allegedly threatened the victim with a firearm. There are some concerns that he was highly intoxicated at the time. We are concerned that without a bond that there is a safety risk to the victim. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gaunt. Counter argument, recommendation, Ms. Dodd.
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking for pretrial service release without electronic monitoring. I believe that aligns with the pretrial services reports also in this case. These are 3 misdemeanor offenses and 1 Class 6 felony. I believe pretrial services without electronic monitoring is appropriate for that. The Form 4 and the current knowledge about what is going on in this case is based almost entirely on the alleged victim's statements. There was no evidence of injury in the Form 4. And then in terms of the drinking allegation, there is no evidence cited to in the Form 4 of any signs and symptoms of impairment other than, again, the alleged victim's statements. As for Mr. Hill's ties to the community, he does have a home separate from the residence of that he shares with the alleged victim that he can go to. He has a supportive network of family and friends. He has no, as the state also indicated, he has no criminal history, no prior failures to appear, no history of violence. He does not need to have contact with the alleged victim. He's a military veteran, and there's no evidence that he was uncooperative with law enforcement. Another main reason for us to ask for pretrial services release. Mr. Hill has had 2 major surgeries in the last year, and just yesterday he did have a procedure in the morning. He's already missed a follow-up appointment on that. He's healing, and he needs to have access to his prescriptions, his medications, and his doctors if he does need to reach out to them. Based off of all these reasons, we are asking for pretrial services release without electronic monitoring based off of the charges. I don't believe it is appropriate in this matter.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Dodd. I will reiterate, I have reviewed the factual allegations in this case submitted to me in the Form 4. Ms. Dodd's point is not taken lightly, that the primary allegations in that Form 4 are statements from the alleged victim in this case regarding what occurred. I do agree with both parties that the criminal history in this case does indicate that Mr. Hill has no substantial or really has no criminal history. I hear Ms. Dodd saying he has a residence independent from where the alleged victim lives, and that there is some concern about need and access to medical treatment for Mr. Hill. I will say, I did review the Form 4, and I disagree with Ms. Dodd's characterization a little bit regarding intoxication. It does look like the Form 4 indicates that the defendant is alleged to be an alcoholic who was under the influence of alcohol or drugs at the time of the alleged incident. Those are check boxes at the top. I don't know if the basis for that was independent review or independent observation from the arresting officer, or if that was based on the alleged victim statements, but the Form 4, independent from the summary of the facts, does seem to indicate that there was intoxication present, allegedly, when these events took place. I will say I acknowledge that the pretrial risk assessment does indicate that pretrial services is an appropriate level of supervision upon release under these circumstances. Nonetheless, I do not take lightly Ms. Gaunt's argument that based on the underlying allegations and the allegation that a weapon was involved in this allegation, in addition to active threats, that the alleged victim in this case does have some apparent risk to her personal safety. So for that reason, I am persuaded that a bond is appropriate. I am going to order a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Over, I'm sure, what will be Ms. Dodd's objection. I am also going to order electronic monitoring for the reason that I believe it furthers this court's obligation to protect the safety of the alleged victim. What that means, Mr. Hill, is that you will have a $5,000 secured appearance bond to post. You could use a bonding company to post that. If you post that bond prior to your release from custody, you will be affixed with an ankle monitor for electronic monitoring. Your primary restrictions with that ankle monitor will be twofold. One, you cannot go back to the location where these alleged events took place, and two, that you cannot have any contact with the alleged victim. If you are released from custody, you will also be prohibited from possessing any weapons. If you have weapons in your possession and you are released from custody, you will have to at least temporarily dispossess yourself of those weapons. You could give them to a friend, family member, perhaps Ms. Dodd or her firm could take them in. You could also check them in with local law enforcement if you're more comfortable with that. You just could not have any in your possession. Whether or not you remain in or out of custody, if any orders of protection are served upon you, you would be required to strictly comply with the terms in those orders of protection. Okay, anything else I need to address in this matter, Ms. Gaunt?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else I need to address from the defendant's perspective, Ms. Dodd?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay, then we will get Mr. Hill his paperwork if he doesn't already have it. Ms. Dodd, I have a whole calendar full of people. If you want to take an opportunity to talk to Mr. Hill in that room, you're free to take it. You can go back there with him now. I'm sure they'll bring you his paperwork if you don't already have a copy. Ms. Gaunt, was this the only matter you wanted to do?
This was the only matter.
Okay,
if I could be
then
excused.
you're free to be excused if you want to. You can take the room. You're also free to be excused if you don't want the room. Mr. Hill, if your lawyer wants to talk with you, you can go back with her. Otherwise, I'll direct you back into the room here to my right.
Your Honor,
right.
we will briefly step in.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, can I have Hector Aguilar Castro into the courtroom behind the podium? Tyson Weston, if you would work your way to the chair inside the door. Are there two chairs in there or just one?
Right here.
There's two, okay. Anthony Guzman, if you would work your way to the second chair next to Mr. Weston, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Hector Ernesto Aguilar Castro on November 7th, 1980.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aguilar Castro. You are here on 4 different matters. The first 3 matters you're here on are all bench warrants issued by the Superior Court when you failed to appear at sentencing hearings in what look to be 2 existing felony drug cases and 1 existing felony aggravated driving under the influence case. In those 3 matters, you already have a lawyer assigned to defend you. That lawyer will stay on and represent you in each of those cases. Your next court hearings in the 3 existing cases will be a status conference November 3rd and then a preliminary hearing November 6th. Hold on one second. Is that right? It was a sentencing hearing he missed.
Yeah,
Should it just go post-warrant status conference? Yeah. All right, we'll get those hearings fixed. It looks like you've already done your status in your original preliminary hearing, so we're going to send you back to the trial court, but it's going to be a post-warrant status conference, and as soon as I get the date, I'll give you the date on that.
Thank you.
In each of those 3 cases, you have a $2,500 secured appearance bond, so $7,500 total on those 3 warrants. The 4th matter that you're here on is an allegation of a new offense. That allegation is 1 count of dangerous drug possession. It is a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause to support that new allegation, and I've appointed a lawyer to defend you in that case. In that case, your next hearings will be a status conference November 3rd and then a preliminary hearing November 6th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Because that new allegation is a felony offense alleged to have been committed while you were on release in those 3 existing cases, you're not eligible for release on bond on that new allegation. That's true at least until you have an evidentiary hearing. That evidentiary hearing is set for November 4th at 1:30. It'll also be in the Superior Court downtown. Because you will not be eligible for release on that new charge, at least until that hearing on the 4th, I would encourage you to wait until after that hearing before attempting to post your bond on the existing cases. If on the 4th, the judge you see on that day either gives you a bond or releases you on that new charge, then you could look to posting the bond in the other cases to get out on all 4 cases. Go ahead. I see your hand. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. That it's fine. I need to speak to a lawyer. It's fine.
You want to talk to your lawyer?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
no reason, and yeah.
It looks like your hearing then on the other 3, it's going to be a post-warrant status conference. It looks like it's going to be scheduled for November 3rd at 8:30. Is that right?
Yes, they'll all be with Brooklyn.
Okay, so November 3rd at 8:30, you'll be seen on all 4 cases. So your 3 existing cases, and it'll be your status conference on the new case. Your lawyer will be present. Your lawyer on those 3 existing cases will
Morgan?
probably pick up the new case too. Let me see if I know. It looks like either Morgan Thomas or Thomas Morgan is who I have. Okay.
Yes, perfect.
So that person will probably pick up your new case since he or she will be there to represent you already. So your first hearing on all 4 cases will be the 3rd, but you'll stay in custody without bond at least until the next day on the 4th when you're seen on that evidentiary hearing. Okay, any questions for me outside your lawyer's presence regarding your release conditions?
No,
Okay,
I can't.
thank you very
No.
much. She's reprinting your paperwork right now to make sure that all of your hearing dates are correct in your paperwork. So if you want to just step back to your left, we'll bring it out to you here in just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Tyson Weston, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Mr. Guzman, if you would please shift over to the first chair, and then if I could have Richard Late or Lappy in the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Tyson Lauren Weston, January 24th, 1986.
Thank you very much, Mr. Weston. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of aggravated assault on a first responder. That is a class 4 felony. 1 count of resisting arrest by physical force. That's a class 6 felony. 1 count of passive resistance and 1 count of criminal trespassing. Those last 2 are class 1 misdemeanors. I have found probable cause to support those new allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference November 3rd, and then you'll have a preliminary hearing November 6th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On those allegations, you have a $10,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you're released from custody, you cannot go back to the scene where any of the underlying alleged events took place. You could not have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses, and you could not possess any weapons or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription if you're released. Go ahead, Mr. Weston, what's your question?
No, because the cop said he wasn't going to do assault on him. He said, because I just stepped out of his foot, I didn't push him or nothing.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know perhaps what the disconnect there is, but he or she, I guess law enforcement did in fact book you in on an aggravated assault felony allegation. If you think that the factual support for that is not, if there is no factual support for that, or if you think that you have defenses to that allegation, talk to your lawyer about that at your next court hearing. So right now you're in the preliminary stages of this case. At your next court hearing, your lawyer will tell you what the county attorney has actually filed formal charges on. Perhaps that aggravated assault allegation will go away, perhaps not, but that's a conversation you'll want to have with your lawyer at your next court hearing. Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Weston. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you. Am I good to go? Have a good afternoon.
Have a good afternoon. Thank you, Ms. Dodd. Okay, Anthony Guzman, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Juan Jimenez Bandanato, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
My name is Anthony Guzman, and date of birth is 2/17 of 91.
Thank you, Mr. Guzman. You are here on two different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence. They are both Class 4 felonies. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings on those new allegations will be a status conference November 3rd and then a preliminary hearing November 6th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On the new aggravated driving under the influence allegations, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. The second matter that you're here on is a failure to comply with court terms warrant issued by the Peoria Municipal Court. The underlying allegation in that case appears to be a reckless driving misdemeanor allegation. On that misdemeanor warrant, it's probably post-adjudication. It's probably a failing to pay a fine or a fee or failing to take a class or something like that. But on that misdemeanor warrant, you are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer at a minimum for purposes of release conditions. Your lawyer for the misdemeanor case will be appointed by the Peoria judge at your next court hearing. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing October 30th. It'll be at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Peoria Municipal Court. So October 30th in Peoria, and then November 3rd and 6th in the Superior Court downtown. On the Peoria warrant, your bond is $250. So your total bond is $5,250. It is all secured appearance, so you could use a bonding company to post that. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And if you're released from custody and you don't have a valid driver's license, you could not operate a motor vehicle. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Guzman. You can step back and get your paperwork. Richard Lape, if you would please work your way into the courtroom, please. Gabriel Vivages. We'll get it right when you're in the courtroom. If you'll work your way to the second chair, please. Good afternoon, sir. If I could ask you to please remove your hat and then tell me your name and date of birth.
Oh, it's Richard Lape.
And what's your date of birth?
6/30/92.
Thank you, Mr. Lape. You are here on a warrant issued by the Verde Valley Justice Court. The underlying allegation in that Verde Valley case is an allegation of theft of a means of transportation. I don't know whether or not you have a lawyer already assigned to represent you in that case. If you do, that lawyer will continue to represent you. If you don't have a court-appointed lawyer, one will be appointed for you by the next judge you see at your next court hearing. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing October 31st. It will be at 8:30 in the morning in the Verde Valley Justice Court. And on that warrant, the Verde Valley Court has indicated that your bond is $5,000 secured appearance. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot have contact with the alleged victim of the underlying allegation, and you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lape. You can step back and get your paperwork. Juan Jimenez Bandanato, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Matthew Goins, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
José Jiménez Bandanato.
And what's your date of birth?
0813
1985.
Thank you very much, sir. You are here on two different matters. The first matter you're here on is an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is one count of burglary. It is a Class 4 felony. The second matter you're here on is an allegation that that burglary charge violated Term 1 of your probation. I did find probable cause to support both of those allegations, and I have appointed a public defender to represent you in both cases. Your next court hearings in the new case will be a status conference November 3rd and then a preliminary hearing November 6th. Your next court hearing in the probation case will be a revocation arraignment November 4th. So the 3rd, the 4th, and the 6th, they will all be at 8:30 in the morning in the Superior Court downtown. On the new allegation, you have a $2,500 secured appearance bond. On the probation matter, your bond is $500. So your total bond is $3,000. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot go back to the scene where the alleged burglary took place. You could not have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses, and you would be prohibited from possessing any weapons or consuming any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription if you are released. Do you understand those conditions?
I understand the conditions. I am thankful, and I am great. I woke up today and I understood exactly my ads, the ads I did, and I'm sorry.
Okay, save all that information for your lawyer. Talk to your lawyer about that at your next court hearing. Do you have any questions about your release conditions?
Release conditions? No.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Gabriel Vivajes, if you would work your way into the courtroom, please. Jerry Jansen, if you would please work your way to the second chair.
Stoppages, ma'am.
Okay, give it to me and then tell me your date of birth.
5/29/67, Gabriel Babbages.
Babbages. I wasn't going to get there. Okay, thank you, Mr. Babbages. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated terms 6, 7, 12, 14, 15, and 22. I have appointed a public defender to represent you in those probation proceedings. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment. It will be November 4th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $1,200 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you are ordered not to possess any weapons and not to consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Babbages. You can step back and get your paperwork.
All right, thanks.
Matthew Goins, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Sean Donalds, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Matthew Goins, 8376.
Thank you very much. It's Goins?
Goins.
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 Goins, like go in.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Goins. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I have appointed a public defender to represent you in the probation proceedings. Your next court hearing will be a probation revocation arraignment hearing. It is scheduled for November 4th. It'll be at 8:30 in the morning in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons and you could not consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to ask if I can be released to pretrial services, as I've been offered an opportunity at a local, I guess, I don't want to say treatment center, but it's just a local, like housing agency, which also includes an opportunity for gainful employment. It was hard working with the IPS. I checked in. I didn't have an opportunity to check in again, and I've just, I've remained clean and sober, and I've been, addressing that issue. But it's just, I've been on a housing wait list for like 5 or 6 years, and I'm moving closer to that number. And every time I'm incarcerated, it just takes those opportunities away from me. So I'm working with a local agency in Tempe that is, providing me with opportunities to get the proper documentation so that I can be placed a lot quicker?
So I can't release you to pretrial services because you're already being supervised by adult probation. So that's not something that I have the ability to do. I will commend you on your efforts in sober living and trying to get gainful employment. It looks like there's at least 4 terms that were allegedly violated, according to adult probation's petition to revoke your probation. I am not the judge that reviewed that petition to revoke, so I'm not the one that saw the factual allegations that allegedly violated the terms of your probation. Because I'm not the one that made that determination, I'm not willing to override the bond amount included by the judge that did review that information. So you will have to post that $1,000 bond in order to be eligible for release here today. You always have the opportunity to talk to your lawyer at your hearing on the 4th and ask that lawyer to petition the court that issued the warrant to change that amount. Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Goins. You can step back and get your paperwork. Jerry Jansen, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Devontae Lewis, if you would please work your way to the second chair.
Morning, ma'am.
It's afternoon, but good afternoon. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
10/25/61.
And what's your name?
Jerry Lee Jansen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jansen.
You're welcome.
You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated terms 3, 5, and 15. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you in the probation proceedings. Your next court hearing will be a probation revocation arraignment hearing. It will be November 4th at 8:30 in the morning in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $750 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons and you cannot consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jensen. You can step back and get your paperwork. Sean Donalds, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. William Brown, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Sean Donalds, 11/16/91.
Not 10/28/91?
No, I had it wrong.
Give me 1 second. Oh. $11/16/91.
Correct.
It looks like it's right in your misdemeanor case, but wrong in your felony case. I just want to see if it was ever right in your, it was, yeah. Will you change it, please, Katrina? Okay, we'll get your date of birth corrected. Okay, can I have, oh, I already have your name and date of birth. Was your date of birth right? So it looks like you're on probation in a case. Was your date of birth right in that case? Do you know?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. It looks like maybe just law enforcement got it wrong on the new arrest. Okay. We'll get it changed, so everything will match. It'll be 11/16?
Yeah.
91.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll get it changed in all of your cases. Okay, you are here on 3 different matters. The first one is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The second of the 3 matters you're here on is an allegation that those 2 new charges violated Term 1 of your probation. I have found probable cause to support the probation violation and the new allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you in both of those cases. Your next court hearings on the new case will be a status conference November 3rd and then a preliminary hearing November 6th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Your next hearing in the probation matter will be a revocation arraignment November 4th at 8:30. So 3rd, 4th, 6th, all at 8:30 on the 2 Superior Court cases. On those two matters, you have a total bond of $750. It's $500 on the new case and then $250 on the probation case. The last matter that you're here on is a misdemeanor warrant. It looks like it's a failure to comply with court terms warrant issued by the Pioneer Justice Court on a criminal damage misdemeanor. You're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer on that misdemeanor case at a minimum for purposes of release conditions. That lawyer will be appointed for you by the Pioneer judge at your next hearing on that warrant. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing October 31st, that one at 8:30 in the Pioneer Justice Court. On that warrant, your bond is $50. So your total bond for all three cases will be $800. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you'll be responsible for getting yourself to your hearing in Pioneer on the 31st and then in the Superior Court November 3rd, 4th, and 6th. In addition, if you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons and you cannot consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand all of those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, before you step away, does changing his date of birth change his paperwork? No. Okay, all right, then your paperwork is good to go. You can go ahead and step back and get it. Devontae Lewis, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Scott Case, if you'd work your way to the second chair.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Devontae Lewis, August 8th, 2002.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lewis. You are here on a probation violation warrant. It looks like it is your first petition to revoke, and it alleges that you have violated term 1 of your probation.
Okay.
I did appoint a public defender to represent you in the probation proceedings. Your next hearing will be a revocation arraignment November 4th. It'll be at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $400 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you're released from custody, you will be responsible for getting yourself to that hearing November 4th. You will also be ordered not to possess any weapons and not to consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription.
Okay.
Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. You can step back and get your paperwork. William Brown, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Crystal Anderson, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
William Nathaniel Brown, 3/18/87.
Tell me your date of birth one more time.
3/18/87.
Thank you very much,
Sorry about
Mr. Brown. No, that's okay. All right, you're here on 4 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession. It is a class 6 felony. The next 2, so matters 2 and 3, are allegations that that new charge violated term 1 of your probation. So it looks like you're on probation in 2 cases, and in each of those cases, the new charge is an alleged term 1 violation. I did find probable cause to support that new paraphernalia allegation, which means I did find probable cause to support term 1 violations in your probation matters. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you in all 3 cases. Your next court hearings on the new case will be a status conference November 3rd and then a preliminary hearing November 6th. Your next hearing in each of the 2 probation cases will be a revocation arraignment November 4th. So November 3rd, 4th, and 6th will be your hearing dates. All of your hearings will be at 8:30 in the morning, all in the Superior Court downtown. On the new case, you have a $50 secured appearance bond. In each of the probation cases, you have a $100 bond, so $250 total for the 3 Superior Court cases. You're also here on a misdemeanor warrant. It is a failure to comply with court terms warrant issued by the Country Meadows Justice Court. It looks like it is a post-adjudication disorderly conduct misdemeanor. You are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer on that misdemeanor warrant at a minimum for purposes of release conditions. That lawyer will be appointed by the Country Meadows judge at your next hearing in that case. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing October 31st at 8:30. Your bond on that misdemeanor warrant is $50. So total, your bond for all 4 cases is $300, all secured appearance. If you post it and you're released, you'll be responsible for getting yourself to all of your court hearings, and you cannot possess any weapons or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I had took care of that misdemeanor situation August 6th of this year. I had pled guilty to that, And then I was incarcerated, and I had wrote the officers that I had court for the second, just to show that I had completed the classes for that he wanted me to do. But they wrote me back and said, no, you don't have court. And I was like, I was in custody, and they issued me a warrant when I was actually in custody.
Yeah, so maybe something has gone wrong. I don't know what the status of that misdemeanor matter is.
Yeah, it's already
Country Meadows
completed.
Court.
It's completed.
Well, so you're saying it was completed as of August, but this warrant was issued September 26th.
Yeah, I had court on the 2nd, but I was incarcerated from August 7th up until September 25th. So
here's the deal. I don't know what's going on with that case because it's not a matter pending in the Superior Court, so I don't have access to the records of that case. But you still have to go to that court hearing. So you're going to have to go to the Country Meadows Court on October 31st at 8:30.
Okay.
That's the court where you want to get all this cleared up because that's the judge that issued this warrant. So whatever you think is done that the court thinks is not done, assuming that's why this warrant was issued, you can get that cleared up with the Country Meadows judge at your hearing on the 31st. Okay. If you're out of custody and you have, like, you said that they sent you something saying you don't have to take classes or whatever. If you have any of that documentation, if you get out of custody,
I have
take that with you when you go to that court hearing. Because if there is some sort of misunderstanding or miscommunication, you can use that paperwork to try and help get that figured out.
Okay. So the total amount of my bond, the total amount?
300. It's 100 on each of the probation, 50 on the misdemeanor and the new case.
Okay.
300 total.
If I have it, how much would you think, say, that it's all secured?
It's all secured, yeah.
So if I have it on my books, how would I go? Like, could I have them take it off?
Talk to jail staff about that. Yeah, they're better at telling you how to get bond posted than I am. So I set the amount and then they can tell you how to figure it out. If you have 300 on your books, you could self-bond out. But if you want to use a combination of what's on your books and a bonding company, I'm not sure how that would work, but jail staff could probably point you in the right direction.
Okay, so it's 300? So
300.
So I have to, it's secured or?
It is secured. But all secured means is that you can go through a bonding company. So if you have 300 on your books or you had 300 on you when you were arrested and it's there now, you could use that 300 without going through a bonding company, post it, and get out.
Okay.
If you don't have the full 300, but you want to use what you have and work with the bonding company, that's what I'm saying, talk to MCSO. I'm not sure how that looks.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Brown. Scott Case, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Frank DeRoss, or Darris, if you would work your way to the second chair. Come on in, sir, right behind this podium if you would. Take your time. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yes, Scott Case, 5/13/60.
Thank you, Mr. Case. You are here on your first petition to revoke your probation. The petition to revoke alleges that you have violated terms 1, 3, and 5 of your probation. I have appointed a public defender to represent you in the probation proceedings. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment hearing. It's scheduled for November 4th. It'll be at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. So that means you would get out of custody. You would not be required to post a bond. Upon your release from custody, you would then be responsible for getting yourself to your hearing on the 4th at 8:30. You would also be required to make contact with your probation officer. So once you're out of custody, you would be required to call your probation officer. You would still be supervised by your probation officer. You just won't have any additional restrictions leaving this court other than those you're already required to comply with as terms of your probation. Okay. Do you understand that information, and do you agree that you will get yourself to court on November 4th if you're released without a bond?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you then, Mr. Case. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Okay, Crystal Anderson, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Crystal Anderson, January 1st, 1989.
Thank you very much. You are here on two different matters. Both of them are matters that allege new allegations against you. The first is new allegations in a written document called a direct complaint. Those allegations are 2 counts of narcotic drug possession, both alleged to have been committed August 19th of 2024. The second case is new allegations based on a new arrest. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Those 2 offenses alleged to have been committed yesterday, October 27th. I did find probable cause to support the new allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you in both cases. Your next court hearings in each of these 2 cases will be the same. You will have a status conference November 12th and then a preliminary hearing November 14th. Those hearings will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. So on each of those dates and times, you'll have 2 cases heard on those calendars. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, so you would get out of custody without having to post a bond, but then you would be responsible for getting yourself to court on the 12th and the 14th. Upon your release from custody, you would be prohibited from possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions, Ms. Anderson, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released without a bond?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Frank DeRoss, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Frank DeRoss, 7/30/70.
Thank you very much, Mr. DeRoss. You are here on 2 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is new allegations based on a written document called a direct complaint. The allegations in that direct complaint are 1 count of narcotic drug possession and 1 count of dangerous drug possession, both Class 4 felonies, both alleged to have been committed January 5th of 2023. In that case, I've appointed a lawyer to defend you. Well, let's talk about the second one. So the second matter that you're here on is an allegation of a new offense alleged to have been committed today. That allegation is 1 count of narcotic drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony. I did not find probable cause to support that new narcotic drug allegation from today. My finding of no probable cause on that doesn't mean it's legally dismissed. It's possible that the county attorney's office will file a formal charge on that allegation, but as to that allegation leaving here today, you're not going to have any additional restrictions or release conditions other than those on the direct complaint case. I am going to appoint a lawyer for you in that matter in case it is charged, because you are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. The only, I guess, technical restriction that you have or requirement you have on that new case from today is that you have court hearings. But the good news is those court hearings are the same as the court hearings you'll have to go to on that direct complaint case. So you will have a status conference November 12th and then a preliminary hearing November 14th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. With 100% certainty, you're going to have 1 case heard on each of those calendars. It'll be that direct complaint case, the drug allegations stemming from January of 2023. When you go to court on the 12th, that's the day you'll find out whether the county attorney filed a formal charge on that new drug allegation from today. So go to court on the 12th, go to court on the 14th. I am intending to release you from custody on your own recognizance, so you'll be out of custody, which makes it even more important for you to get yourself to court on the 12th and then the 14th. And then once you're out of custody, you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand that information, Mr. DeRoss?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're going to get 2 sets of paperwork. 1 set for the case that we already know is filed, is pending formal charges. You're going to get another set of paperwork for the case from today that I didn't find probable cause for. The dates and times should match up. So try not to lose either set, but if you lose one of the sets of paperwork, keep the one that is the direct complaint, because that case we know for sure is going forward.
Absolutely.
Okay, any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. DeRoss. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar. This court will stand in recess until 5 p.m.
That's 16, 21, and 25 being the office. We'll leave. Thank you.
All right.
Please be seated. This is the 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar for October 28, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you heard in the recording earlier, this is a specific type of hearing. I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney has been appointed to assist you, when and where your next hearing will be, if you are eligible for release, what release conditions may be, and if you have a bond amount. I will not read all your release conditions to you, but I may point out one or two that are specific to your case. You are all here on criminal matters, and you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be held against you. These hearings are being broadcast live as well as being recorded. I will only ask you for your name and for your date of birth. It is your responsibility to read your paperwork. The release conditions on them are court orders. Do we have an interpreter? Okay. We'll begin. I will call one person here to the podium. I'll say a second person's name. If they will please take a seat by the door, we can move quickly. We'll begin with Ms. Talia Quezada. Please come to the podium. And then Jasmine Hopkins, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Talia de Jesus Reyes Quezada, July 18, 1993.
Thank you, ma'am. There is another new Superior Court case alleged against you. In this one, there's allegations of burglary in the 3rd degree using a master key, which is a Class 4 felony, and theft or control of stolen property, which is a Class 5 felony. Based on the law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. And just like before, you also have an evidentiary hearing set up for you November 4th, 1:30 in the afternoon, to discuss the possibility of release.
Will I go to that court hearing?
They will take you to those court hearings. Yeah, because today you are not eligible for release. The same situation as before. Okay. This is all on your paperwork. Go ahead and please take your paperwork and have a seat. Jasmine Hopkins, please come to the podium. Nakia Newton, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jasmine Hopkins, 6/17/1990.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
You're here today on two matters, or excuse me, just one matter. It is a grand jury warrant. Let me make sure I'm on. Yep, this is a grand jury warrant. There are allegations. Let's see, from March 18th of 2025 of assault by a prisoner with bodily fluids. That is a Class 6 felony. So the grand jury found probable cause. This court is appointing an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. The grand jury did set a bond for you of $5,000 secured, but do not pay the bond because you are not eligible for release. You were brought on a DOC writ. Okay, you understand.
Yes.
So you'll see all those release conditions, just ignore them, but the hearing date and time
and the attorney's phone number is on your paperwork for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Guillermo, let's see, Nikaya Newton, please come to the podium, and then Kevin Mitchell, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Nikaya Newton, 42898.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today for two matters. The first one is a grand jury warrant. It's from July of 2025. It alleges one count of armed robbery using a weapon, which is a Class 2 felony, 2 counts of taking contraband into a correctional facility, which is a Class 2 felony, 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which is a Class 3 felony, and then 1 count of dangerous drug possession, that's a Class 4 felony. The grand jury found probable cause. This court is appointing an attorney to assist you, and your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on November 5th at 8:30 in the morning. The grand jury did set a bond for you. It's $50,000, but you are in DOC custody, so do not pay that bond. You would not be released. Your other matter here today is an arrest warrant, which is a direct complaint, meaning that you had been arrested and then let go, and it's back from November 16th of 2024, aggravated assault, which is a Class 5 felony. That's the allegation. So an attorney has also been appointed to assist you in that case, and your hearing there is November 3rd, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. That one, again, does have a bond set at $4,000, but do not pay that bond. You will not be released. Your attorney's phone number and your hearing dates, both of them, all that information is on your paperwork. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Kevin Mitchell, please come to the podium, and then Michael Smith, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Kevin Mitchell, 10/31/1978.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. This is a municipal case alleging 1 count of assault, 1 count disorderly conduct, 1 count preventing or interfering with telephoning emergency services, and 1 count of criminal damage. These are all misdemeanors, but an attorney will be appointed to assist you because they are domestic violence allegations. And your next hearing is at Buckeye Municipal Court on November 5th at 1 in the afternoon. You are eligible for bond today. It is a $15,000 secured appearance bond. If you are able to pay that bond, you have release conditions. Do not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. Do not possess any weapons. Do not possess or consume alcohol. If an order of protection is issued against you, that is the court's order. I understand that may be your residence, and so included in this court order is 1 opportunity for you to go back. You have to have law enforcement escort you, so contact law enforcement first. You may go back 1 time to retrieve things like medication, your wallet or identification, clothing that you might need between now and the hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody. You will be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Your attorney's phone number is also on the paperwork. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Michael Smith, please come to the podium. Travis Baker, have a seat by the door.
Michael Smith, July 17, 1987.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 3 matters. The first one is a new case. There are allegations that you committed titled unlawful means of transportation, but it's stealing a vehicle, and that is a Class 4 felony. Based on the law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning, and you are eligible for bond in your new case. It is a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you are able to pay that bond, make sure you call your probation officer and go to your new hearing. Your other 2 cases are probation violation warrants. So this new alleged criminal activity counts as a Term 1 probation violation. An attorney has been appointed to assist you in your two probation cases. Your hearing will be November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. Each of these cases has a $250 bond, so that's $500 total. If you are able to pay all of your bonds, so your new case plus your two probation cases, make sure you call your probation officer and go to your two sets of hearings. If you're not able to pay the bonds, you will remain in custody and you'll be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Okay, Mr. Baker, thank you. One moment, please. After Mr. Baker, we will have Desiree Manzanito. Please have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Travis Christopher Baker, October 26, 1988.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're here today on two matters. One of them is a new case with allegations of one count narcotic drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony, one count drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony, and then one count of resisting arrest passively, that is a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond. It is a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you are able to make that bond, make sure you call your probation officer and go to your hearing. Your other matter here today is that probation violation case. It is a Term 1 probation violation having new alleged criminal activity. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing will be November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a revocation arraignment hearing. And that one has a $50 bond. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will be held in custody and transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Desiree Manzanito, please come to the podium. And Tia Cohen, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Desiree Elena Manzanito, 8/14/93, because I was in treatment.
Okay.
And I did talk to my probation officer. She did let me know that this was going to happen to me, and that she said that it was okay that this would happen, but as long as I got out of treatment, when I got out of treatment, to contact the court office to get this matter fixed. And I just wanted to let you know that I was in treatment, and I apologize, and I'm not trying to run or anything, and I just,
Okay, I appreciate your statement. Let me tell you what I have,
okay,
and then we'll see if it makes a change.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
So what I have for you today, it appears to be, is 3 separate probation violation warrants, because you have 3 probation cases.
Yes, ma'am.
So on each of them, they're alleging that you violated Term 7 of your probation. And just so you know what that is, Term 7 is the illegal drug or controlled substance use, and then it has a variety of dates listed out. Okay, so that is what the allegation before you is, and you can have a copy of this paperwork through your attorney if you want to see everything exactly, or your probation officer.
Well, it's just saying that I was using drugs?
You may have missed the test, or you may have used them, one or the other.
Yeah, because I was in treatment.
July 14th, 2024?
Oh, July 14th, 2024.
That's the first one.
Oh, that was a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, so there's 7 positive drug tests, 2 negative drug tests, like there's a whole list.
Yeah, because that's the reason why I was in detox and was going to treatment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what we have on your case ending in 3281. There is a $500 bond.
Okay.
On your case ending in 48852, there is a $250 bond.
Okay.
In your case ending in 40614, there is a $100 bond.
Okay.
So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your probation revocation arraignment hearing will be downtown on November 14th, or excuse me, November 4th. It's at 8:30 in the morning. They all have the same allegations. And your total bond, when you add it all together, is $850.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a secured bond. If you are able to make that bond, please call your probation officer and go to the hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not able to pay the bond, you will be held in custody and transported there.
I also have one more question before I go. If I do pay the bond, and because I do have a bed waiting for me, into another facility, because I just got on detox, but on the day that I had to go to court,
Right.
I got on detox. So if I do go into treatment, am I gonna have to go to court still? Like, okay, just make sure I go there.
You need
make
to
sure
go
I get
to court. And
yeah.
if you're not able to go to court, you need to call your attorney, and their phone number is on your paperwork.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So you have your PO's phone number
Yes,
and
ma'am.
your attorney's phone number. Those would be good places to call if you are released and you go to treatment, and there's any possibility you may not be able to make it to that hearing. Make sure you let both of them know so it can be documented.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, please have a seat. Okay, we'll go back. All right, so if you'll please have a seat, ma'am, we're actually going to use the Spanish language interpreter who's now available.
Officer, can you grab the headset?
So we are going to go a little out of order, and I apologize for the inconvenience. We're going to go ahead and use the Spanish language interpreter who's now available. The interpreter, could you please announce?
Ofelia Fernandez, Court Interpreter, CITS.
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Commissioner Gentry.
Gracias por
And you
estar
are...
aquí.
Go ahead. I was just going to double check that you are a county court interpreter, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right. Mr. Daniel Castro, please come to the podium.
Señor Daniel Castro, por favor, pase al podio.
Mr. Guillermo Vega, you will be next.
Señor Guillermo Vega, después seguirá usted.
Okay. This is your initial appearance hearing. I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney will be appointed, when and where your next hearing will be, and if you are eligible for release. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Daniel Alejandro Bien Castro, 31 de diciembre de 1999.
Daniel Alejandro Castro, December 31st, 1999.
You're here today on an arrest warrant. It is from a direct complaint, and it alleges, or excuse me, this is not a direct complaint. Here we go. It alleges that on April 14th, 2025, you committed criminal trespass in the first degree, which is a Class 6 felony, and that you committed assault, domestic violence, which is a misdemeanor. There was a victim statement that was also reviewed. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. There is a secured appearance bond set for you at $1,000, but do not pay the bond because you are here today on a writ and you are not eligible for release. Okay. Your attorney's phone number and the information about the hearing is on your paperwork. Okay. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Mr. Guillermo Vega, please come to the podium.
Señor Guillermo Vega, por favor, pase al podio.
Please say your name and your date of birth.
Mi nombre es Guillermo Monge Vega y mi fecha de nacimiento es 31 de diciembre de 1998.
My name is Guillermo Monge Vega. My date of birth is December 31st, 1998.
Thank you. You are here today on 3 matters. The first one is a new Superior Court case. It alleges that you had dangerous drugs in your possession. That is a Class 4 felony. Based on law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on November 12th at 8:30 in the morning. You are being released today under the supervision of your probation officer. You are not to have any weapons, any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume any alcohol. And contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Your other 2 matters before this court are both probation violations. You have 2 probation cases. And because of the new case, they both count as violations. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. Again, you are being released under your probation officer's supervision, so make sure you call them and you go to your hearing. So you have 2 different sets of hearings, 1 for your new charges and then 2 for your probation cases. Please keep hold of your paperwork. It has all your information on it. Okay. Please take your paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the court interpreter, could you please ask the gallery if there is anyone else who requires Spanish language assistance by a raise of hand?
Happy to do so, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien más en la sala que necesite la ayuda del intérprete en español? Levante la mano, por favor.
Okay. Seeing no response, we appreciate your service to this courtroom. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Okay, we will resume with English language again. Tia Cohen, please come to the podium. After that will be Antonio Ovio do Lopez. Please say your name and date of birth.
Tia Cohen, 8976.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It was alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. An attorney has been appointed to assist you at your probation revocation arraignment hearing downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release today with a secured appearance bond of $500. If you are able to pay that bond, you'll be released to the supervision of your probation officer, so please call them within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody. You will be transported to the hearing and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Antonio Ovia do Lopez, please come to the podium. Ahmed, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Antonio Oviedo Lopez, 5'11", 86.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It was alleged that you violated terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
You are eligible for release today under a secured appearance bond of $500.
Okay.
If you are able to pay that bond, make sure you call your probation officer within 24 hours
Okay.
and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay that bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to your hearing, and the next judge may change these orders.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Ahmed, please come to the podium. Brian Harold, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Ahmad, 11/27/1993.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a probation violation warrant. It was alleged that you violated terms 3, 4, and 15 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond today. It is a secured appearance bond of $500. If you are able to pay that bond, you'll be released to your probation officer's supervision, so make sure to call them within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you'll remain in custody and be transported to the hearing. The next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you. Brian Harold, please come to the podium. Kimberly Welch, have a seat by the door.
Yes, ma'am. How's it going?
Please say your name and your date of birth.
Brian Harold, 7/21/83.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
You're here today for a probation violation warrant. It's alleged that you violated terms 3, 5, and 15.
Yeah, I failed to make it to report on time because I had, I'm homeless, and when I got out, it was raining. I lost all of my stuff, had no paperwork. Then my feet started getting rubbing because I had no socks. So then they got infected, and I couldn't walk at all. So I was way the heck, I don't know how far out of town, but I was on my way into town. I knew that I needed to check in, though, and I was on my way to do that. But they're only at CAST, the homeless shelter, like on Fridays, I think. So this Friday is when I was going to report and to let them know, hey, look, here's what happened, and here's why I'm here now,
Okay. I appreciate your explanation, sir.
So.
The warrant is still valid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release with a secured appearance bond of $100. If you are able to pay that bond, make sure you call your probation officer within 72 hours. You do have one more term that you must comply with. It is written on the bottom of your orders.
Okay.
If you are not able to do those things, you will remain in custody and you'll be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Okay.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork and have
So
a
I
seat.
can bond out, though?
You may.
Okay. All right, what's my bond, by the way?
$100.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Kimberly Welch, please come to the podium. And then Raymond Wright, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Kimberly Welch, 10/17/86.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a probation violation warrant alleging you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning, and you are eligible for bond today. It is $100 secured appearance bond. If you are able to make that bond, you'll be released to your probation officer's supervision, so make sure to call them within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay that bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Raymond Wright, please come to the podium. After that will be Michael Peacock. Please say your name and date of birth.
Raven Wright III, 8801.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It's alleged that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. At your next hearing, it's downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond. It's a secured appearance bond of $100. If you're able to pay that bond, you'll be released to your probation officer's supervision, so make sure to call them within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to your hearing. The next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Okay, thank you.
Michael Peacock, please come to the podium. Mark Garrison, have a seat by the door.
Okay.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Michael Patrick Peacock, 12/19/1968.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a new case. It was alleged that you had dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony.
That's fine.
This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on November 12th, and that's at 8:30 in the morning. You are being released today under supervised release. So make sure you hang on to that paperwork, allow them to assist you to get to that hearing. They can provide you with resources, reminders, bus passes, things like that.
Yeah, go take, my mom has just come out of open heart surgery.
Oh.
That's why I was distraught, and, for the officer, I tried to tell him, and I said, I'm not relapsed, or, I'm just scared for my mom, that's all.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, you are being released today. Please have patience as you go through that process.
Okay.
And make sure you go to your hearing or they will issue a warrant.
Oh, no, I'll be there.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Take your paperwork
Thank
and
you.
have a seat. Mark Garrison, please come to the podium. And then we just have a house call.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Please say your name and date of birth.
Mark Eugene Garrison, 7/10/74.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a municipal court warrant, and it appears to be a failure to pay warrant back from September of 2023 is when the original offense happened. So because it's now a misdemeanor, this court's not able to appoint an attorney for you. But you do have a hearing coming up. Your hearing is at the Buckeye Municipal Court on November 18th, and that's at 2 p.m., so 2 in the afternoon. I've included the Buckeye Municipal Court's phone number for you on your release paperwork. You are being released today with the promise that you will go to this hearing and get this taken care of. Okay, please have patience as you go through the process of being released. This information is on your paperwork.
Thank you.
Go ahead and have a seat. We do have one house call today, Mr. Victor Navarrete, and that's because he is being combative. His date of birth is 10/20/1987. He's here on 3 matters, and it appears that they are 2 probation violation warrants and 1 new case. In the new case, it's alleged that he had dangerous drugs in his possession, which is a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. An attorney was appointed to assist him at his next hearing downtown Phoenix, November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning, and he does have a secured appearance bond of $1,000 set in his new case. If he's able to pay that, he does need to call his probation officer within 72 hours with usual restrictions. On his other 2 matters, because they are, there is a probation violation, a PTR alleging terms 3 and 5 were violated. So an attorney has been appointed to assist him. His hearings are going to be November 4th at 8:30 in the morning, and his bonds are $150 and $500 respectively. So that's $650 secured appearance bonds for those, plus the $1,000 for his new case. I will explain to him that he needs to pay all his bonds or none of them, that he does need to call his probation officer if he is released, and that he does need to go to his 2 separate sets of hearings. It is not my intention to return to this recording, so if there are any changes made, they will be reflected in the written order. At this time, the 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar is in recess to 8 p.m. Mr. Nguyen, are you able to hear in the courtroom now?
I can, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you for alerting us to that issue.
Of course.
So we'll begin again with Raymond Coronado. He has two matters. It didn't record anything? Okay. Thank you all for your patience as we work through this technology issue. It appears that it is now running. This is the initial appearance calendar for October 28, 2025, 8 p.m. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing. I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney has been appointed for you, when and where your next hearing will be, and if you are eligible for bond, what that bond will be, and what your release conditions may be. As you heard, it is your duty to read your release conditions. I will only point out a few that might be specific to you. And these are criminal matters, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be held against you. These hearings are broadcast as well as recorded. There is a victim's right advisement. There may be victims watching or listening to this hearing today, so this is important for me to provide. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. We'll begin this evening with the matter of Raymond Coronado. He has two matters before the court, but he is not able to be here in person. His first matter is the Superior Court new case, aggravated robbery. It is a Class 3 felony. An attorney has been appointed to assist him. His next hearing will be November 3rd, 8:30 in the morning. That is the status conference in Superior Court. He is not eligible for release because he was on felony release under Criminal Matter 2025-100727-001, and so he will have an evidentiary hearing on November 4th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I believe the state would like to speak on this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good evening. Stephen Garcia on behalf of the state. Your Honor, the state is requesting if the Form 4 can be sealed. This is an ongoing investigation. It appears there is still a suspect who is outstanding, and therefore the information is considered sensitive at this point. Thank you.
Thank you. Your request is granted. The Form 4 will be sealed. You're welcome. The other matter for Mr. Raymond Coronado is a probation violation warrant. Because he is on a probation case already, and this will be considered a Term 1 violation of his probation, an attorney has been appointed to assist him at his probation revocation arraignment hearing on November 4th, 8:30 in the morning. The bond is set as a placeholder, $50, to make sure he is transported to that hearing. And then we will now move on to the next matter. Andrew Grant, please come to the podium. After that will be Jeremy Front-Zreb. So Andrew Grant, please come to the podium, and then Jeremy Front-Zreb. Thank you, sir. Please say your name and date of birth.
Andrew Graham, 5295.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because of a new case. It was alleged you committed aggravated assault, which is a Class 6 felony, and that you had another count of assault as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. You are still eligible for bail. It is a secured appearance bond of $25,000. This is because you are considered a danger to the community and a flight risk, and there is a strong weight of evidence. If you are able to make that bond, you would be released with electronic monitoring. You're not to go back to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim witnesses or complainants. If you have a case manager, you must contact them within 24 hours. All of this is written on your paperwork. If you are not able to make the bond, you will be held in custody. You will be transported to your next hearing, and that judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, sir. Jeremy Front-Zreb, please come to the podium. And I think there's some more paperwork over here. After that will be Devin Young. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Jeremy Frant-Zreb, January 15, 1979.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged that you had unlawful means of transportation, which is a Class 4 felony, and dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony. This court did not find probable cause on the drug allegation, but did on the theft allegation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, and it will be on November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. It's important that you go to that hearing, even though this court didn't find PC. The state may submit additional evidence that would bring those charges. You are eligible for bond today. It is a secured appearance bond of $15,000. If you are able to pay that bond, you would be released under pretrial services with an ankle monitor and a curfew. You are not to return or have any contact, with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. And if an order of protection or harassment is issued against you, you must follow those court orders. If you are not able to pay the bond, sir, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, sir. Devin Young, please come to the podium. After that will be Kelly Velez. Have a seat by the door. Right here in the center, ma'am. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Devin Young, 5/16/1994.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today on a new case. It was alleged that you committed aggravated assault impeding breathing. That is a Class 4 felony. Also disorderly conduct and another type of assault, which are misdemeanors. This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release today, and that is under a secured appearance bond of $10,000. If you're able to pay that bond, you will be released with electronic monitoring that will restrict where and when you can go places. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. I understand that that may be your residence, and so I have included an order that you may go one time with law enforcement. You need to pre-arrange this, contact the law enforcement first to escort you there to retrieve necessary items like medication, clothing, and ID. I also understand that you are a parent with the victim, and so I have included an order that because you have children in common and you are being ordered to find an alternative residence and have no contact with the victim, that you may make arrangements through a third party to still have contact with your children, but not the victim.
So do I get the kids or does he?
Well, at the moment, if they are living in that place, they should remain there.
Okay, what if I'm the main leaseholder of that house?
That doesn't matter, ma'am.
Okay.
So this is filled out in your paperwork. And you do have an attorney appointed to assist you. You can ask them questions as well. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to your hearing. The next judge may change these orders. Your attorney's phone number is on this paperwork as well. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Kelly Velez, please come to the podium. And I understand we have counsel appearing for Ms. Velez. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, Your Honor. Jacob Wilson appearing on behalf of Kelly Velez.
Thank you. And she is here in the courtroom in front of me. And then I believe the state will also appear. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Stephen Garcia on behalf of the state.
Thank you. So you're here today on a new case, and it's alleged that you were trafficking in stolen property, which is a Class 2 felony, as well as shoplifting or removal of goods, which is a Class 6 felony. Did counsel want to be heard on probable cause?
Counsel does not wish to be heard on probable cause, just release conditions.
Okay, I appreciate that. This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney for you going forward. So just in case Mr. Wilson is not able to represent you at the Superior Court, there will be an attorney available for you. Does not mean you have to use them. You can use Mr. Wilson. That's up to you. Okay, your hearing will be set for November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. What are release condition arguments that you would like to present, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, Your Honor. We're just asking for pretrial services with electronic monitoring. We understand the seriousness nature of the charge, given that it's a Class 2 felony, but this is her first case that is going to be a felony. Looking through her criminal history, she has some misdemeanor incidents or arrests, but all those charges were dismissed other than a criminal speeding. So this will be her first run-in with law enforcement where she may actually have to resolve the case through means of a diversion or a plea agreement. She has taken early responsibility by coming in here and doing self-surrender. She had set that up with the Surprise Police Department as well this morning, self-surrendered at 1 p.m. with no issue. She does have a stable residence. She does have a place of employment, so we want her to stay out while this case is ongoing. Based upon my previous experience dealing with cases of similar nature, my understanding is this is likely to be a probation offer, potentially even to a Class 6 undesignated plea. So I would hate to see her held in custody on a case which will resolve with probably no additional jail time in this matter. She's not a threat to the community, and this was a non-violent offense as well.
Thank you for your arguments. From the state?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we recommended in writing a $1,500 secured appearance bond, but the state does acknowledge that there are no felony convictions, and outside of a traffic-related misdemeanor, there does not appear to be any misdemeanor convictions. With that said, Your Honor, we do leave it to Your Honor's discretion. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So listening to both arguments and weighing the factors that should be considered in release conditions, I do find that since you do not have any violent felonies already, that pretrial services supervision is appropriate with electronic monitoring. You will have a curfew that can restrict where and when you can go places. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. You are not to return to any Best Buy retail locations. This has changed the hearing date, so now it will be November 12th at 8:30 in the morning, and that is downtown Superior Court at the 175 West Madison address. I believe since you filed a notice of appearance, you will be getting a copy of this new release order when it is finished. Okay,
Your Honor,
is there anything else?
I apologize. If I could just
go
request
ahead.
that the notice of appearance isn't for a limited nature for the initial appearance. It is meant to extend as well for the Superior Court EDC matter. So I can refile a notice of appearance if necessary. It is going to be required. Okay.
It will be required, thank you. And it's only because we don't have a court clerk here in this location, and so you have to file it with a court clerk in order for that to attach to her case. Okay, is there anything else from counsel?
Not from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
None from defense, Your Honor.
Thank you both for your appearance. You may both be excused if you would like. You may also be excused. Thank you. The next person will be Marquise Cooper. Please come to the podium. And then Daniel Escandon, have a seat by the door. Okay. And I do believe there is an attorney here as well for Mr. Cooper. Would you like
yes,
to?
Your Honor. William Wynn, appearing on behalf of Mr. Cooper.
Thank you. Mr. Cooper, you are here today for probation violation warrants. It is alleged that you violated term 9 of your probation. You requested to be able to leave out of state, but had not been granted permission prior to your actual removal from Arizona. So would you like to be heard on probable cause, Mr. Wynn?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So it is the same thing for both of these probation violation warrants. It's term 9 that was violated allegedly. Will you be representing Mr. Cooper throughout his case going forward?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that I filed a notice of appearance on both CR numbers already. I will confirm tomorrow morning when the court's open.
Okay, I appreciate that. So I am going to go ahead and uncheck that box as well so that it is no longer appointing a public defender. Okay, would you like to be heard on release conditions, Mr. Wynn?
Your Honor, I believe that currently there is a bond set in the amount of $2,000. I believe that Mr. Cooper's mother is ready to post that bond. Understanding the nature of the alleged violation, what I'm asking for may sound interesting. However, I do suspect that this case will likely resolve with an admission at some point. Your Honor, Mr. Cooper is living and working in California. His family lives there. He has a job there. I would ask that so long as he returns for all court dates, he be allowed to reside and continue working in California.
I appreciate your request, Mr. Wynn. I do not have the authority to make that grant. That is a probation court issue as well as the interstate compact issue. Once you apply for that interstate compact transfer, it usually takes between 90 and 270 days to get that approval, is what I've been told. I don't work in probation, but they are the ones who make that decision. So unfortunately, I'm not able to grant that request. I understand that may be a hardship and is unfortunate. So you are correct. The bond is $500 on one, $1,500 on the other. The next hearing date is November 4th at 8:30 in the morning downtown. If you are able to pay the bond and are released today, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours and then attend that hearing. And then what happens after that, the next judge may change all these orders. If they've received notice back from the interstate compact process, then you might be able to do that, but I cannot.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Wynn?
I do not, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. I appreciate your time here today. Thank you for being here. Thank you, sir. You will get your paperwork in just a moment. We had to reprint it.
Thank you.
Okay. Please have a seat. Did I sign them both? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Daniel Escandon, please come to the podium. Paris Robinson, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Danny Escandon, 8282.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a failing to appear bench warrant. So it looks like you were supposed to go to your probation revocation arraignment hearing on today, October 29th. Let me just double check. So you had a hearing set, but you did not go.
I was in, sorry.
Were you somewhere else?
I was in Kingman.
Okay. Let me just look, double check. It looks like you were picked up at the Mojave County on an active Maricopa warrant. Okay. So you did miss your revocation arraignment hearing. A new one has been set for you. It is set for November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. They did set a bond for you when you missed the hearing of $1,800. It's a secured appearance bond.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able to pay that bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your new hearing date. Are you eligible for release otherwise?
I thought I was.
Okay. So if you're able to pay that bond, I don't see any holds on you. That's why I was surprised.
Yeah, exactly, because I was in Kingman.
Okay. So if you are not able to pay the bond, though, they will hold you in custody until that hearing date, and then the next judge can change these orders.
Okay.
Okay. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Paris Robinson, please come to the podium. Megan McKay, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Paris Robinson, July 3rd, 1995.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a failing to appear bench warrant. You didn't go to your status conference on October 20th. You already have an attorney in this case, and your next hearing will now be November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. They did set a bond for you. It is $1,000 secured, and this court is going to uphold that bond. You will also now have pretrial services supervision, including random alcohol and drug testing. If you are able to pay the bond, make sure you engage in those services so you can prove to the court that you can remain sober, and then go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Megan McKay, please come to the podium. Taylor Rodiger, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Megan McKay, August 23rd, 1982.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on two matters. One of them is a failing to appear bench warrant from a probation revocation arraignment hearing, and it looks like the other one is the same. So you already have an attorney in these cases, and your next hearings will be on November 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond today, and in both of them, it is a $500 secured appearance bond. So if you are able to post the $1,000 secured appearance bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to post that, you'll remain in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Taylor Rodiger, please come to the podium. Razia Hosseini, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
My name is Taylor Rodiger. My birthday is February 25th, 1996.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on three matters. One of them is a failing to appear bench warrant for a sentencing hearing on burglary. So you have an attorney in that case.
Yes.
Your next hearing will be November 6th at 8:30 in the morning. On that case, the bond is set at cash only, $250.
Okay.
Your next matter is another failing to appear, and this is for a probation violation hearing. You also already have an attorney in that case. Your next hearing will be November 6th at 8:30 in the morning, and again, bond is set at $250. Your last matter is a justice court warrant. It is out of the Santan Justice Court, and it appears that this might be for driving on a suspended or revoked license. An attorney will be appointed to assist you in the matter of bond. It is set at $250. So on all of these matters, you have $250, so it's $750 cash. If you're able to pay your bond, make sure you call your probation officer and then go to these three separate hearings.
Okay.
It'll all be on your paperwork. I've also included the phone number for Santan Justice Court so you can arrange whatever you need to do before you even go and get this taken care of.
Okay.
If you are not able to pay the bonds, you will remain in custody, but you'll be transported to each of these hearings.
Okay.
And then the judge may change the order at the next hearing.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Razia Hosseini, please come to the podium. Hamonis Ross, have a seat by the door. So we're looking for Razia Hosseini. It looks like she has red hair. Oh, yes. Okay. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Razia Hosseini, January 1st, 1998.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on two probation violation warrants. It was alleged that you violated terms 4, 7, and 15 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you at your probation revocation arraignment hearing. That will be on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond. It is a secured appearance bond in each case of $200. If you are able to pay that bond, you'll be released to supervision of your probation officer. So you need to call them within 72 hours. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to your hearing. The next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Hamon Ross, please come to the podium. Jason Shute, have a seat by the door. I'll need you to speak into the microphone.
It's a J, not a H.
Oh, okay. Please, go ahead. Tell me how to say your
Jamons
name.
Ross.
And your date.
1381.
Thank you, sir. And I apologize for saying your name incorrectly. Looks like you are here today on 2 probation violation warrants. It's alleged that you violated terms 4 and 7 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. On each of your probation warrants, there is a secured appearance bond. One of them is $250, the other one is $100. So it's $350 total secured appearance bond. If you are able to pay that bond, make sure you call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody. You will be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, sir. Jason Shute, please come to the podium. Jesus Espinoza, have a seat by the door.
Good evening.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Jason Shutt, 12281.
Thank you. And again, I apologize for mispronouncing names. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It appears you violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond. It is a secured appearance bond of $250. If you are able to pay that bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, sir. Jesus Espinosa, please come to the podium. Jasmine Lucero, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jesus Espinosa, 5/7/1993.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a probation violation warrant. It's alleged that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond. It is a secured appearance bond of $250. If you're able to pay the bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you, Judge.
Jasmine Lucero, please come to the podium. Robert Scarf, have a seat by the door. You'll take it afterwards. But that was, yeah, good notice. Yeah, just come right here first.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I know this is confusing. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Jasmine Lucero, 11/01/91.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It was alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond. It's a secured appearance bond of $150. If you're able to pay that bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Robert Scarf, please come to the podium. Jorge Cerda, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Robert Joseph Scarf, October 22nd, 1983.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You're here today on a failing to appear to your non-witness probation violation hearing on September 4th, 2025. I do see, though, that you were picked up from being in custody. Is that
Yes,
why
ma'am.
you were not able to go to your hearing?
Yes, ma'am, I've been in custody since June 18th.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. It does not look like you are going to get out. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is November 4th at 8:30 in the morning. There is a bond set of $100. Do not pay the bond. Because that bond is set on this case, they will transport you to the hearing so that you don't get any more failures to appear. And that way you can get this taken care of. Once you are finished with your probation case, they will send you back. I believe you are here on a writ. Yes. They will send you back to finish out your time.
That's good. That's great news.
Okay. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
You have a good day, Judge.
Thank you. You too, sir. Jorge Cerda, please come to the podium. Stephen Michaels, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
My name is Jorge Cerda, lawyer, 10/22/1965.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It's alleged that you violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on November 4th. You do have a bond. You are eligible for a bond. It's $100 secured appearance bond. If you are able to pay the bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to your hearing. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Oh, and I think they're calling for you there too. Okay. Stephen Michaels, please come to the podium. Kiana Rayford, have a seat by the door.
David.
Mr. Michaels, please come to the podium. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Stephen Michaels, September 8th, 1982.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged that you committed criminal trespass in the first degree of a residential structure that is a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on November 12th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today under pretrial services supervision. You are not to go back to the alleged scene of the crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. If an order of harassment is issued against you, you must follow that. That is a court order. This was not your residence, so you don't have any reason to go back there.
I won't. It was an abandoned apartment, and I will not be going back there.
Thank you, sir. So make sure you go to your hearing or they will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will be released today. It will just take a few hours. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Kiana Rayford, please come to the podium. And then Christina Hernandez, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Kiana Rayford, 06/07/1998.
Thank you, ma'am, and I apologize for mispronouncing your name.
It's okay.
You're here today on a municipal court warrant alleging disorderly conduct. Because it's a misdemeanor, this court is not able to appoint an attorney for you, but you can hire your own or you can represent yourself. Your next hearing is at the Peoria Municipal Court on November 17th at 9 a.m. The offense date was back from 2017, so I think this might be a failure to pay situation. So I've included their phone number for you as well. You are going to be released today on your promise to go and figure this out. Call ahead and find out what you need to do or bring or who you need to bring so that you can sort this issue out, and make sure you go to your hearing on November 7th.
Thank you, for sure. I just saw unemployment on the 13th, so thank you.
Okay.
I work in the morning, actually, as well.
Good. I hope you make it there safely. It might take a few more hours before you're released. They have to out-process you. Please be patient.
Okay, as long as I get to work by 7 a.m.
Okay, please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Christina Hernandez, please come to the podium. Okay, and then after that will be Mr. Sandhu. Please say your name and date of birth.
Cristina Hernandez, 11/5/1987.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a municipal court case. It is alleging shoplifting of two types, and it's misdemeanor charges. Because it's misdemeanors, this court cannot appoint an attorney to assist you, but you can hire your own or represent yourself. Your next hearing is at the Goodyear Municipal Court on November 12th at 1 p.m.
Okay.
I do see that you're all in orange. Are you being held for something else, or did
No.
you just not have appropriate attire?
I didn't have my shirt was both.
Okay, so it just wasn't courtroom appropriate?
Yeah.
Okay. So once you're out of custody today, I have included their phone number for you. Call ahead and figure out what you need to do to get this taken care of so you'll be prepared for that hearing and it will be productive for you.
Okay.
So again, that's November 12th, and I have included Goodyear's phone number for you on your order as well. You will be released today. It will just be a few hours.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
And then for the officer, do you know, has Mr. Navarrete come back from medical?
He didn't leave, they told me he's in holding 13.
Okay, so we will go ahead and see him on this calendar.
Yes.
So I will read that into this recording. We are seeing Mr. Navarrete in the back of house because he was originally combative and then he needed medical attention. And he was on the 5 p.m. now he is on the 8 p.m. calendar. He is here for a new case alleging dangerous drugs, which is a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. An attorney is appointed to assist him. His next hearing date is November 3rd, 8:30 in the morning, and he has a secured appearance bond of $1,000 on that new case. On his second case, he had a probation violation warrant violating terms 3 and 5. His next hearing will be November 4th. An attorney is going to assist him, has been appointed to assist him. The bond was $150. And his last case, again, a probation violation warrant alleging terms 3 and 5. On this one, the bond amount was $500. He is ordered to contact his probation officer within 72 hours of release if he is able to make bond. If he is not, then he will be transported to these hearings, and the next judge may change these orders. It is not my intention to return to this recording. If there are any changes to his release conditions and orders, they will be reflected in the written document. Do you want the copy that I have, or did you already print one out?
I printed one out.
Okay. Okay. We do have one individual left, but we'll wait for just a moment before we call them. And I believe they also have an attorney. Oh, they're there in the room. That's right. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Mr. Sandhu, there he comes. All right. We are ready for you. Thank you for your patience this evening. Would you like to state your appearance?
Yes, Jason Goldstein, on behalf of Song David Sandhu, who's present in custody, Your Honor.
I appreciate that.
How do I pronounce that? Sukdavid?
Sukdavid.
You're here today on a grand jury warrant. The grand jury warrant alleges that in July of 2023, you may have committed, engaged in sexual acts, which is a Class 3 felony, computer tampering, Class 5 felony, stalking, Class 5 felony, aggravated harassment, Class 6 felony, criminal trespass, Class 6 felony. Because this is a grand jury warrant, the grand jury found probable cause and issued this warrant. So that was not this court, but we do uphold those decisions. They also set release conditions, the grand jury does. And what they set was a secured appearance bond of $25,000, which this court will affirm. However, the other release conditions are up to this court other than that warrant. Would you like to be heard on release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, my client recently graduated with a PhD in psychology. He's studying, he was here in Arizona doing an internship, and that internship was with the Avondale School District. He was doing clinical examinations and testing for
ADHD, learning disabilities, neurodevelopmental disabilities for the school as part of his internship towards his hours towards his PhD program. It was then that during that period of time that he was involved in a short-term relationship with a woman. When they broke up, there was a dispute over lent money, and from my understanding is that the allegation is that he had threatened to show intimate pictures of her. He returned to California after that internship, and that's where he currently was residing. He just completed another internship with the California Consortium for the Prevention and Assistance of Individuals for Anxiety and other learning disabilities and neurodevelopmental disabilities. He has family in California. He was not aware of the warrant because he had not updated. He actually had counsel, Your Honor, which I was sort of surprised by. He had counsel, but I noticed that his address was not updated with the court.
So you can see more than I can then, because when I get the grand jury dockets, they're completely blacked out.
Okay.
I have no knowledge of any prior counsel or anything they based their decision on for this indictment.
So he was never aware of the warrant, and he did not fight extradition. What I'm asking for, Your Honor, is his ability to return to California, pending his court dates here. I know that I may have to address further subsequent court dates with the Superior Court here, but until that court date, I would like to ask that he have the ability, once bond is posted, which we anticipate, that he have the ability to return to California.
Okay. From what you said, is he fully employed in California in a stable job in his community?
No, and the only reason for that was because he finished the portion of his internship finished, and he was studying for the California licensing exam for psychology.
So also not currently enrolled?
Not currently enrolled in school because he was awarded a master's degree. So he has a master's degree. I'm sorry, his PhD, pardon me.
Yeah.
Yes, big difference. So he was awarded his PhD, and he was in the process of studying for the California state licensing exam.
Okay. Why I'm asking these questions,
Yes.
as I'm sure you're aware,
Yes.
is what are the strength of the ties to the community, because flight risk is something that is considered. I understand that you're not local, that you're from California, but we also don't want you to leave California, and then have a hard time finding you. So if I were to order that you could come and go to your court dates, I want to know that you have strong ties in those communities.
So I'd say the strong ties, Your Honor, is the fact that he's resided with his parents. Apart from being here in Arizona, he has lived with his parents in Selma, California, for his whole life. He lives in that home with his uncle. He most likely will be looking for employment right now because he's not looking to. Things are going to be postponed, obviously, due to the situation. So he does have the ability to gain employment, to have gainful employment. I would also tell you that his family has hired our office, which I do see as an investment into his defense, and I have every reason to believe that he would follow through with returning to court.
Okay, so I will take those arguments into consideration. Originally, I was going to order pretrial services with electronic monitoring. That will not work for you to go to California. So I am going to go ahead and take that off. I am going to check that you may travel outside of California, Arizona to California, but your next hearing date is November 5th. So I would like you to return by the 4th of November to make sure that you're here. Going forward, when you're at Superior Court, they do have more technology adaptations that you may be able to appear remotely with your counsel being here local, but that is up to the next judge, so I cannot promise you that. But I do understand, and I'm sorry, I added the California bit, you're gonna have to print again.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So there are restrictions to your release though. You may not contact with the alleged victim, complainant, witness, any type. If they contact you first, ignore them, because if you continue to have contact, as you see in the charges, it could be considered aggravated harassment. That is a classic felony. So that's the most important one. The other ones are no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Between now and your next court date, no alcohol. We see that there are bad decisions made frequently with alcohol use, and so this court does this as a protective measure in situations like this, hoping to promote compliance and good behavior until your next court date. If there's an order of protection, order of harassment issued against you, depending on what the statute is that will apply, make sure to follow that. So all of this will be written out on your paperwork. Your attorney will have a copy. You will have a copy. I am allowing you to travel to California, but you do need to return for your court hearings.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any other questions, sir?
When you grant travel and except for court hearings, does that just extend to the first date?
Just the first
Okay.
date. That's the extent of my authority. And as you've heard before, we do not have a court clerk in this facility.
Yeah.
So if you are going to be going forward in this matter, you'll want to file with the court clerk at Superior Court.
Will do, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, this was our last matter for the 8 p.m. calendar, so we are now in recess until 11 p.m.
Judge Donald, get ready to stand up. You ready? All right. Stand up. Stand up. All right.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 11 p.m. calendar on October 28th, 2025. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders remain in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to do that, those orders will be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned an attorney. The vast majority of you will be assigned an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your legal counsel, so I can't answer legal questions for you, so please save those types of questions for your attorney. Finally, you're going to be hearing about lots of different dates and different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's why it's important to keep your paperwork and save it. Don't lose it. If you end up missing a court date or you don't follow a written court order, you could just end up back here. When I see you in the courtroom, I'm going to be telling you some of your release conditions, not all of your release conditions. If you want a list of all of your release conditions, that information, again, is going to be on your paperwork. Here's how tonight's going to work. I'm going to call two names. The first name I call is going to come in the courtroom and stand in front of me at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar's finished. Okay, please get Timothy Winter to the podium. Adam Fierro to the chair, please. Okay, please get appearances starting with defense counsel.
Yes, good evening, Judge. Howard Dorman on behalf of Timothy Winter is present and reviewing custody.
Thank you. Sir, could I please have your full name and date of birth?
Timothy Ryan Winter, July 7th, 1988.
Thank you. Mr. Dorman, two questions. First question, are you still at this time appearing solely for his, Mr. Winter's initial appearance?
Yes, Judge, that's correct.
Second question, are you going to be arguing probable cause, release conditions, or both?
Both, Judge.
All right. Sir, you've been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanor. Alleged to have occurred back on September 28th of 2025. Mr. Dorman, would you like to make your record regarding probable cause?
Yes, Judge. And so, Judge, the Form 4 sent to me said my client was being charged with Class 6 ag assault. That's been amended by the state?
Correct.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I was not aware of that. So, Judge, in that respect, first to probable cause, in reviewing the Form 4, the alleged offense took October 28th of 2025. My client was not October 28th of 2025. There is nothing to indicate when the alleged victim in the case suffered the concussion.
Mr. Dorman, I apologize for interrupting, but you are cutting in and out quite a bit, and so I'm only catching like every other word. Is there a way to get a better connection or something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this any better?
So far it's better. I apologize for cutting you off. If you want to go ahead and start again.
Yeah, that's no problem, Judge. Thank you. So, Judge, the alleged offense in this case took place on September 28th, 2025. My client was arrested a month later on October 28th, 25, earlier today. The allegation is that my client struck somebody with his fist, causing the person to fall unconscious and thus suffer a concussion. However, there is nothing indicating when that concussion was diagnosed. There is nothing indicating that my client caused that concussion, just simply that the evidence showed that the person ended up laying down on their back and may have been unconscious. Certainly, if the concussion was diagnosed at a later date, it is possible something else caused that concussion. Therefore, I don't believe that the allegations are anything more than merely conclusory at this point. There's not enough evidence to support that my client caused any type of concussion whatsoever, other than the fact that my client struck this person allegedly. With regards to the criminal damage, I'm not disputing any kind of probable cause at this time. So I would ask the court to find no probable cause exists for the allegation of the Class 4 felony and proceed with the hearing regarding release conditions for the misdemeanor.
Thank you. Upon reviewing all the available records before me and after hearing from defense counsel, sir, at this time I am going to be finding probable cause as to the aggravated assault Class 4 felony and the criminal damages Class 1 misdemeanor. Sir, I just briefly, probable cause is the lowest legal standard in our criminal justice system when it comes to making a legal finding. It's not an admission in any way, shape, or form of guilt or innocence. If you have any further questions, as long as Mr. Dorman is representing you, he can answer those questions about probable cause. But at this time, I am finding probable cause as to those two charges. Sir, your next court dates are going to be November 3rd and November 6th in the downtown Superior. Yes.
I'm sorry,
Mr.
I was going to
Dorman?
be heard on release conditions. I was going to be heard on release conditions as well if the court would allow.
Correct. I'm not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Sir, your next court dates are November 3rd and November 6th in the downtown Superior Court. I'm not assigning you counsel because at this time, Mr. Dorman is representing you. Apparently, he's representing you just for this initial appearance. And so between today's date and your next court date on November 3rd, if you find yourself without counsel, would you please ask the next judge to please to appoint you an attorney?
Yeah.
Unless you hire one for yourself?
Yeah, I plan on paying a retainer to the lawyer right here, yeah.
Sure thing. But if you find yourself at any point without an attorney, would you please ask your next judge to appoint one for you if that's the case?
Okay, yeah, no problem, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Okay, Mr. Dorman, would you like to make a record regarding release conditions?
Yes, Judge. Judge, at this time, I'm going to ask the court to release my client on his own recognizance. Again, these allegations took place a month ago. My client has not been accused of committing any other offenses since then. He's been a lifelong resident of Arizona. His family is here, including the 4 children that he and his girlfriend support together. They certainly may be very significant defenses to this case, such as self-defense or defense of others, based on the limited information that I have. My client has no history of failure to appear on his record whatsoever. He is not a flight risk, has retained, at least temporarily, private counsel, so he takes this matter very seriously. No allegations of drug or alcohol use in this case. So I would ask the court to release my client on recognizance. If the court is not inclined to do so, I believe that in the very, very most pretrial services would be appropriate, but I don't think a bond is necessary in this case. So we would ask for those conditions. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, after hearing from defense counsel, reviewing the record before me, I am noting that the defendant has 3 prior felony convictions, including a prior aggravated assault. Although I do also note that he has no prior failures to appear. In weighing all the statutory factors to be considered, at this time I am going to be setting a secured appearance bond. That secured appearance bond is going to be in the amount of $25,000. If the defendant is able to bond out, he'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with alcohol testing and monitoring. Furthermore, if he bonds out, he's not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, and he's not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. He must also continue to obey the terms of the order of protection that's been placed against him. All right, Mr. Dorman, did you have anything further to place on the record?
Just a couple questions, Judge. Can I get the court dates one more time, please?
Yes, it'll be November 3rd for status conference and November 6th for the prelim.
Okay, and Judge, you said that there was a protective order placed on my client, an injunction against harassment or order of protection. I'm unaware who the victim is, so I don't know if it's a family member or something like that. I don't believe it is, but
sure. He has an order. He has an order of protection. The protected person's name is Destiny Abraham, and it expires October of next year.
Okay, and is Miss Abraham the alleged victim in this case as well?
It is unclear. The victim is not named, but he still must continue to obey the order of protection. It's a lawful order.
If I may, can I'm a victim in the case with her.
Well, sir, I understand, but at this point, I'm not sure, and I am not sure whether you have a family court case going on or anything like that, but at this point, there is an active order of protection out against you. You still have to follow that order.
No, 100%.
All right.
Yeah, it's just the roles are reversed. She got an order of protection against me, and I'm a victim in that case. So I just wanted to, I don't know if that's okay to say, or.
Okay. Sure thing. Mr. Gorman, anything further?
No, Judge, thank you very much.
All right, sir. So again, your next court date's going to be November 3rd. You have a $25,000 secured appearance bond. So long as Mr. Gorman is representing you, please try to contact him with any questions you might have. Okay. If not him, then your next attorney.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please have your left your paperwork. Thank you, Mr. Gorman.
Judge, may I be released?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Adam Fierro to the podium. Martin Baez to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
6/10/1986.
Name, please.
Adam Joseph Fierro.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a bond surrender. Your bond company no longer wants to work with you, and so what's going to happen is that you're going to get the exact same release conditions that you had before you bonded out. So I'm not assigning you an attorney because you already have an attorney. Your next court date is actually going to be tomorrow, October 29th. You have a settlement conference that's scheduled before Judge Marwill. So your next court date is tomorrow, October 29th at 1:30. Your original release conditions, $100,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, and you're not to drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All right, sir?
I have a question.
Sure.
Can I speak on behalf of my bond?
I'm sorry?
Can I speak on my bond?
I mean, you have a question for me? Because basically what happens is your bond company doesn't want to work with you anymore, and so this bond that I said is the exact same bond that you had before.
Is there any requirements I could reduce it?
No, sir. It has to be the exact same.
Bond? The bond's going to stay the same?
It's the exact same as before. All right, sir?
I'll see if I get any mitigating factors of having it reduced or...
Nope. It has to be exactly the same as when you bonded out. Okay, sir?
All right.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Martin Baez to the podium. Jason Grant to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Martin Stone Baez, June 22nd, 2004.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. The grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on armed robbery, a Class 2 felony, kidnapping, a Class 2 felony, aggravated robbery, a Class 3 felony, aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. These were alleged to have occurred back on March 17th of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is November 5th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the grand jury. It's a $50,000 cash bond. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victims or witnesses. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir?
Okay.
Jason Grant to the podium. Geneva Williams to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Jason Grant, December 21st, 2000.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are November 3rd and November 6th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $50,000. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you bond out, you can't go back to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there are any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. And you may have no contact with the victim whatsoever through any means, electronic or through third parties, even if they contact you first. You're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Fine, please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Geneva Williams to the podium. Andrew Chavez to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Geneva Mary Williams, 7/12/91.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for 2 counts of arson of an occupied structure, Class 2 felonies, 2 counts of criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanors. I found probable cause and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are November 3rd and November 6th at the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $25,000. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring. Also, if you bond out, you can't go back to the scenes of the crime, no contact with any victims or witnesses, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork, ma'am.
May I address the court?
Do you have a question for me?
I do.
Okay.
Since I have not been in any previous trouble and I'm already asked not to be in the whole entire county, is it possible for me to leave on my own recognizance?
Ma'am, you have a prior felony conviction from 2022, and you also have 2 misdemeanor convictions, one recently from Colorado. So given everything that I have to consider, I'm going to actually be affirming the bond that I set for you at this time.
Though I do not have a job to pay the bond, there's no way for me to be able to pay that.
Then unfortunately, ma'am, then you'll be remaining in custody until another judge changes these release conditions then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Andrew Chavez to the podium. Joseph Giannocora to the chair, please. Please remove your hat.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No worries. Name and date of birth, please.
I'm Chavez. Date of birth is 11/7/84.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is November 4th in the Downtown Superior Court. Finding probable cause based upon your probation officer's probable cause statement for violations of terms 12 and 21, setting bond in the amount of $25,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 3 days. Want to please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Joseph Giannocora to the podium. Robert Sanchez to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Joseph Giannocora, August 18, 1981.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date's November 4th in the Downtown Superior Court. Finding probable cause based upon the probable cause statement by your probation officer as to violations of terms 12 and 21, setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. I have to call a warrant, please. Robert Sanchez to the podium. Ann McCarty to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Robert Sanchez, 100902.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for unlawful flight of Class 5 felony, 2 counts of assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are November 3rd and November 6th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $10,000. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with electronic ankle monitoring. Also, if you bond out, you cannot go back to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there are any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. And you cannot live with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Ann McCarty to the podium. Martin Douglas to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Anne Marie McCarty, 3/31/1980.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for 3 counts of shoplifting with an artifice, Class 4 felonies. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are November 3rd and November 6th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to return to the scenes of the crime, no contact with any victims or witnesses, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you may not enter any Ulta stores or their premises. Please step to your left, please. Martin Douglas to the podium. Nizali Lugo to the chair, please.
Forgive my appearance, Your Honor. I didn't have any idea that I was going to be here today. And I'm wondering, my name is Martin Douglas Kaluski, 5/6/1965.
Thank you, sir.
And I was...
Sir, let me finish up first before you have any questions for me, all right? Sir, you're here on a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Are you hard of hearing, sir?
Huh?
Are you hard of hearing?
Yeah, very hard, and that's why I talk so loud. And evidently, I got hearing aids. They just doesn't seem to be working quite. Thank you, sir.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, sir. You're here today on a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's going to be November 4th. That's at the Surprise City Court. I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you're able to bond out, you cannot go back to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there are any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. You cannot live with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed 1 civil standby with local law enforcement to return to the residence to collect any essential belongings, after which you may have no contact with the victim whatsoever through any means, either electronically or through third parties. You are cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Sir, did you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I was just in the process of leaving the state. My mother's funeral is on the 1st at 1 o'clock, over 2,000 miles away. And I never had any type of a confrontation with my wife. I guess I was talking too loud to the cops and it offended them. I don't know what.
So, sir, taking everything into consideration, including your 2 prior felony convictions and your 7 prior misdemeanor convictions. At this time, sir, I'm going to be affirming the $1,000 secured appearance bond. Do you have any other questions for me, sir?
No, just other than if I could have, thrown myself on the mercy of the court so I don't miss my mom's funeral.
So unfortunately, sir, given all the circumstances that I have before me, I'm gonna be keeping that $1,000 bond, sir.
How much?
$1,000.
Okay, how much does that cost to get out?
So that's up to, you got, every bond company is a little bit different. So when you go back to the main facility, there's gonna be a list of bond companies that you can call. Go ahead and call a few of them, see which ones give you the best deal. All right, sir?
Thank you.
Thank you. Nizali Enriquez Lugo to the podium. Robert Shepard to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Nizali Enriquez on April 18, 2002.
Thank you. You're here today on a Justice Court new case. You've been arrested for false reporting to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is October 31st at the South Mountain Justice Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $100. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, ma'am. Robert Shepard to the podium. Kaylee Cruz to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
July 7, 1955.
Your name, please.
Robert Shepard.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are November 12th and November 14th in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's some conditions to your release. You're going to be on supervised release, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Sir, do you understand all these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to appear on November 12 and November 14 at the downtown Superior Court?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yes, sir.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call them once you're out of custody. You have to call them during normal business hours. If you don't call pretrial services, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Kaylee Cruz to the podium. Name and date of birth, please.
Kaylee Cruz, July 3rd, 2001.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are November 12th and November 14th in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's going to be some conditions to your release. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you can't drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes.
Do you have any weapons you need to give up?
No.
Do you promise to appear on November 12 and November 14 at the downtown Superior Court?
Yes.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yes.
Okay, upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you on your own recognizance. Please make sure to show up to court, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. For the last three individuals, I'll visit them back at their cell. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Mesherley Laws, date of birth 11/24/2006, here on a probation violation warrant. I'm signing counsel. Next court date is November 4th in the downtown Superior Court, affirming a $150 secured appearance bond. If they're able to bond out not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, must contact their PO within 3 days. Noel Cadena, date of birth 3/22/1972, here on a municipal court new case. Arrested for criminal trespass, Class 3 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. Next court date is November 5th at the Goodyear City Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $50. If he's able to bond out, not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact to any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Gerald Bertram, date of birth 1/21/87, here on a probation violation warrant. I'm signing counsel. Next court date is November 4th at the downtown Superior Court, confirming the bond, $1,000 secured appearance bond. If he's able to bond out, not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Must contact his PO within 3 days. After visiting with these individuals back at their cell, if I'm to make any changes to these release conditions, I'll come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 11 p.m. calendar.